Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Akwesasne TV for giving us an opportunity to come here with our partners from the north, the Akwesasne Mohawk Police, to talk about public safety and some ordinances that have come out in our community. But also thanks to the Emergency Operations Center with Derek Cummins and our leadership, the Center's Mohawk Tribal Police and Mohawk Council, to again partner up with Mohawk Police to talk about this endeavor that we're both dealing with in the community of Akwesasne. My biggest reason for coming here today is to express, as you know, the law enforcement is in charge of public safety. And one of the local ordinances that have come out was the curfew order, which I fully support by our EOC and from our leadership on both sides of the border. As recently as ours was out last Thursday and Mohawk Council's was out just yesterday. What I am encouraging, again, is the social distancing. And I understand their practices and their thought that they put into this as I guess everybody, for public safety, for wellness, and for essential travel only, to combat this coronavirus, which is a new thing to everybody, not only in Indian country, but throughout the whole entire world. And what I am seeing as of right now for some numbers that are coming out is the fact that we did take some samples the recent days, that we are noticing a high volume of traffic around the 1:30. We take a study from 1:30 to 2:30. We noticed that there was approximately 650 cars along State Route 37, and that the tractor trailers and those types of commercial weren't counted, and those numbers are actually very low. We did take another study around the 4:30 to 5:30, and we saw those numbers are still around 550. And we do understand that there is essential travel, like ourselves and law enforcement, the health providers, Mohawk Council's EOC, RO EOC, and other people who are out there doing their job every day. But that is still a high volume for people coming through our community and doing that. And then we took another cluster around 10 o'clock, and we have noticed that even those numbers are averaging around the 90 mark, which is very high considering that the convenience stores and the gas stations have closed. And to support that, I'd also like to mention that we are very thankful for Akwesasne Convenience Store Association, as they have complied with the Tribal Council leadership and with our EOC to shorten the hours of business, to again practice the social distance, where the curfew set in at 10 and the stores are closing at 9. We had to adjust our hours for certain things, for like gas, but we are working through that just like everybody else. So when it comes back to those hours, from that 10 to 6 a.m., like you said, we are seeing traffic, and it's unfortunate that 98% of the people in this community are abiding it, and we have to come on to Akwesasne TV to talk and have this discussion that because of the 2% that the people aren't following the rules, we're out here. We don't want to add more burden, more pressure onto everybody, but we have to. It's all, again, about public safety. I've talked to other law enforcement that's out there, like example for Messina PD. They're our neighbor, and they have the bigger retail stores, such as Walmart and Price Chopper and other gas stations. But they're also in the same boat as us, where they are, Walmart is closing by 8 p.m., Price Chopper is the same way. Speaking with their chief and their administration there, the only reason to basically go up to Messina after that 9 p.m., even as early as 8, is to go into the hospital. The only traffic that they're seeing is essential staff, such as law enforcement, ambulance, and fire, if that's out there. They have seen a really low number. So our numbers are pretty accurate, but again, there's no reason for anybody to be after that 10 p.m. Time to that 6 a.m. We want to make sure that when the calls do come in, we are responding on both sides of the border. We are, if a call is for any type of nature, if it's something criminal, we're going to respond to it. People are still going to be arrested if it has to be that far, but crime has not stopped. It's at a low, and I thank the community for that. But if there is a criminal act, we will respond to it. We like up-to-date, accurate information and timeliness to that, because we need to know immediately. Every call we take serious. So anybody that comes in that's been hearing such things as gunfire, fireworks, we'll respond to that area. We tried to change our ways in law enforcement, which you see nationwide, into that social distancing. We may call you on a phone, or we may have a conversation over the phone with you. But again, make sure that the people are calling in. We will respond. We are also, as the Tribal PD, responsible for 40 stores that are now given to us as a result of the Convenience Store Association closing their doors and helping us out. And I thank those people. You know, one of the biggest ones that we see is the Akwesasne Mini Mart in Twin Leaf, that they've done those social measuring, you know, not allowing so many people in and setting up barriers for that. It's very appreciative and we like it. But our biggest thing is our traffic volume. We need to reduce that to the community for public safety. And as a personal note, it's hard, and you sit at home and struggle with, you know, even lost ones that have lost loved ones during this time, that we can't have their funeral or say the goodbyes or sit out in the yard with your dada or go to a lacrosse game, those things. The only way to help resolve this matter, like they're saying, the professionals out on the outside, is flatten that curve. And we're trying to flatten it. I believe that our EOC and the Canadian side, we're all working together on this. And we are probably better off in this community than, you know, some outside communities. We all have the same goal, but I know that our people are strong, and, you know, we're trying to protect our community.
Okay. Good afternoon. Thanks for having me. And I'm just going to add on to what Chief Rourke was saying earlier in regards to our service supporting all the measures necessary to limit the spread of COVID-19. Our priority is to ensure the community's safety, the safety of our members during this health crisis. We will continue to encourage members of the public to comply with all recommendations made by our local public health experts to help stop the spread of COVID-19. And in addition, our members are enforcing the newly implemented Akwesasne emergency curfew law, and we are responding to calls for service. We are being proactive within the community. Public and social gatherings are prohibited, so if you observe an individual or a group of people and that you wish to report to the police, please call our non-emergency line at 613-575-2340, and we will have officers respond and address the situation in a timely manner. Nyawa.